So this video is going to be a bit of a weird one. It started out with one focus, then another, then was ready to be thrown in the mixed bag, then turned into something else entirely. You'll see what I mean as we go. First off, all the radio audio you hear in this video was pulled in off a DPD Productions train antenna. I plan on doing a more in-depth look at this and other mobile antennas for the railroad band, but at this point I'm doing some testing on it, and for the purposes of this video it was connected to the Yaesu in my truck that I normally record off of. It won't really sound any different, but I may make a couple notes about it. Anyway. It's the day before Christmas Eve, and we get an early present, a Daylight 181. Coming in on a Saturday, there's less chance of it getting hung out to dry at Randall, but we'll see. As I check in with the Elgin, B-17 tells them to keep them coming, so no delay it is. It's a very short train today, consisting of almost all Schneider containers and a few Swift, and no auto racks. It'll meet Metro 2709 at Medina, behind us.
Eastbound freight to the 2709, over.
2709 now.
Coming into Roselle now. What's your guys' location, over?
I couldn't copy that. Say it again.
We're taking Roselle now. What's your guys' location, over?
Sounds good. Keep it rolling, man.
Rolling, understood, out.
I just went by Roselle West. You might beat me into Medina. If you do, I'm short. I can work with you.
Hey, just keep rolling.
Milwaukee West train number 2709 to Elgin is arriving in approximately 4 minutes. Milwaukee West train number 2709 to Elgin is arriving in approximately 4 minutes.
And then, just because I was here already and it wasn't that long of a wait, here's 2709. Also notice that the announcements now say Milwaukee West Mainline, and then the train number. This is presumably to differentiate between the Elgin trains and the Rockford trains once they start running, but those are still a long way away. Just something interesting that's changed in the last few months.
Thanks. You guys have a Merry Christmas.
Have a good holiday.
Milwaukee West Mainline train number 2709 to Elgin is now arriving. Please step behind the yellow line.
Fast forward to a few days after New Year's. The day started out with a tip that a CNB 731 potash train had left Toronto on the way to Saskatchewan with a very interesting set of power. 2 CREX locomotives leading, then a CN, 2 more CREXs, and a CN for the rear DPU. I hadn't been to Shoe Factory Road in a while, so I decided to head out and try and catch it. I'm about halfway there and I hear CN 2772, B731, getting permission through a work zone.
You have permission to enter and proceed through Macbeth's Power Plant Works, GBO number 49994999. Today's date leaves us between milepost 37.5 and milepost 41.9. Dispatch report at milepost 37.5 without stopping. All personnel and equipment are in the clear. No other fees or over security. TGBO speed, over.
As I cross over the hill on Shoe Factory Road, I then see every worker and work truck that CN has, and it becomes clear that I will not be able to catch it here. About the same time, my truck realizes it has no gas, and that's kinda an important thing for it to run. So I break off the chase and put 23.6 gallons in a 24-gallon tank. After getting gas, I hear CN Desk 11 giving L510 at Leithton permission over the Waukegan sub.
Alright, this will be track authority number 6057-6057 to the GTW 5854-5854 at Leithton. Box 6, SIX, work between roundout, switch no, and milepost 72 MP72 on the Waukegan submain. This authority has one ONE box marked, box 6, SIX, over.
And I did technically see 731. As I was driving over the Leithton sub on Illinois Route 72, I happened to catch the last handful of cars in DPU. Unfortunately, that wasn't the interesting part of it. The whole morning, I had also been following another CPKC 181 that should arrive sometime early afternoon, but when it gets warrants on the Chicago sub, it only gets them to Kittredge. I left on the failed pursuit of B731 and didn't have the radio stream up. When I got back home, I pulled it up again, and like magic, 181 was in the process of lining Genoa's radio-controlled switches. I headed down to Roselle to meet up with Diego, who was fresh off his successful catch of 731 at Spalding, and go check out his channel to see that. When I hear on stream that 181 has reached the Hampshire defect detector, I head out. Take 2. As I'm driving, maybe halfway there, if even that, I hear 181 entering PTC with the Elgin dispatcher.
ATL to dispatcher, Spalding, over. That's a good DOB, 10 minutes on a Randall. Alright, copy that, over.
A minute later, the train 10 is able to pull them out, lining the Pingree Grove radio-controlled switch. I don't ever remember hearing this from any antenna other than the train antenna. None of mine at home can pull that in either. That's pretty impressive, even if it is pretty weak. Not too long after that, I hear B-17 talking to an I40 at Continental Web over in Wooddale.
40 B-17.
Guitar B-17, over.
Bias.
Metro's past the point you're gonna enter the main. I-40 has permission to open up at Continental Web and occupy one main track, and we'll get you going west, over.
The permission to open up Continental Web, lead notes restored, and see ya.
Thank you. CPKC Guitar B-17 out.
Thing is, I didn't know whether it would be working Itasca first or going out to Schaumburg Industrial or Turnberry Lakes, so we may catch it, we may not, depending on where it's going. Even when they're given permission out onto the main, they're just cleared west. I have a feeling it's not working Itasca or Schaumburg, but we'll see. Sure enough, we get a headlight to the east, and here comes CP2316, train I40. Roselle West is all stopped, so it'll wait for whatever is coming eastbound, probably a Metro, then 181, then cross over here and head wrong main to Turnberry Lakes. A little bit later, we get confirmation that 181 is following a Metro, which is what we figured.
Guitar B-17, I-40, over.
I-40, go ahead, over.
Blocks around you for your protection, for your information. Also, there's a 181 running behind the Metro. So when he gets by, we'll finally get you over to Turnberry, over.
Be hanging tight for 181.
Correct. Guitar B-17 out.
And here comes that Metro. It's 2236, but what I didn't expect was the surprise on the rear. I know I probably shouldn't have panned the camera here, but too late to change it now. That's Metro 505, one of their brand new SD70 MACHs. This was actually the first time I had seen one out in the wild, and it was a complete surprise. And about 10 minutes after 2236, here's 181. Today it's 29 cars, 15 wells with all Schneider containers, and 14 auto racks. We decided to try and race I40 to Schaumburg to catch it opening up Turnberry, but the odds were against us from the start.
I40, here we go.
They just got the signal, so I don't know.
We gotta move.
Yeah.
40 B17, clear Roselle, over.
So you do have permission to open up and report clear Turnberry, over.
Permission open up, call clear Turnberry.
Okay, change the B17 out.
Slow drivers and stoplights dash the hopes of that. I decided to go get something to eat, head home, and get some things done in the remaining daylight. And another mini adventure comes to a close. I know it wasn't much, but it's also January and it's been pretty cold, so anytime I can get out and get something, it's going to be a pretty good day. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. They may be featured in a future video. You can also follow me on Instagram, where I put pictures from trips that I don't get video on, and you can read the blog, which I swear I'm going to write something new for soon. Links for both are in the video description. Until next time, I'm Tyler, and as always, thank you for watching the Northeastern Illinois Railfan YouTube channel.